The desert holds many secrets, ancient stories whispered around campfires, tales of creatures that stalk the night. One legend stands out, striking fear into the hearts of even the bravest: the Skinwalker. A Navajo legend, the Skinwalker is no ordinary beast. It's a shapeshifter, a witch with the power to turn into any animal it desires. They say it wears the skins of its victims, taking on their power. The thought sends chills down my spine. I've investigated the paranormal for years, faced down terrifying entities. But the Skinwalker holds a different kind of fear, a primal fear. The fear of something ancient and powerful, lurking just beyond our understanding. And that fear is what draws me to Torrey, Utah. Torrey, Utah, a small town nestled in the heart of Red Rock country. Beautiful, serene, seemingly peaceful, but beneath the surface darkness festers. Reports of Skinwalker sightings have plagued this area for years. People disappearing, unexplained noises, cattle mutilations. I can't resist the call of the unknown. I have to see for myself, experience the energy, confront the darkness that haunts this town. My team and I pack our bags, our gear, and our courage. We're heading into the heart of Skinwalker territory. The drive is long, the landscape stark and unforgiving. The silence is heavy, broken only by the occasional cry of a hawk circling overhead. We can feel the energy shifting, growing darker with every mile we travel. We're not here for a vacation, we're here to hunt a monster. The air is thick with anticipation as we arrive in Torrey. The town, shrouded in a dense fog, seems to hold its breath, waiting for something to happen. The atmosphere is almost palpable, a mix of suspense and unease that clings to our skin. The town seems quiet, almost deserted. The streets are empty, devoid of the usual hustle and bustle of daily life. It's as if the town itself is hiding, trying to avoid the inevitable. Locals we pass avoid our gaze, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and resignation. They know something we don't, something that keeps them on edge. Their eyes dart around nervously as if expecting something to jump out from the shadows at any moment. They know what lurks in the shadows. They've seen its handiwork. The stories they've heard, the things they've witnessed have left a mark on them. A mark that is visible in their wary glances and hurried steps. We set up our base camp near the reported sightings, a desolate stretch of land where the veil between worlds feels thin. The ground here feels different, almost alive with a strange energy. It's a place where the boundaries between reality and the unknown blur. The wind howls through the canyons, carrying with it the whispers of ancient secrets. It's a haunting sound, one that seems to echo through time, telling tales of things long forgotten. The landscape itself seems to be alive, watching us, waiting. The hair on the back of my neck stands on end. Something feels wrong here, very wrong. It's a feeling that is hard to shake, a sense of being watched, of being in the presence of something that defies explanation. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the desert floor, we prepare for our investigation. The light fades, and with it the sense of safety that daylight brings. The darkness brings with it a new level of uncertainty, a new level of fear. We're walking into the unknown, armed with our cameras, our EMF readers, and our determination to uncover the truth. Each step we take is filled with trepidation, but also with a sense of purpose. We are here to find answers, to uncover the mysteries that have plagued this town for so long. But nothing can truly prepare you for an encounter with a Skinwalker. The stories we've heard, the warnings we've received, all pale in comparison to the reality of facing such an entity. It's a moment that will stay with us forever, a moment that changes everything. Night falls, and the desert comes alive. The vast expanse of sand and rock, bathed in the soft glow of the moon, transforms into a realm of shadows and whispers. The stars above twinkle like distant beacons, casting a serene yet eerie light over the landscape. But this isn't the natural symphony of the wild. This is different. The usual sounds of nocturnal creatures are replaced by something more sinister, more unsettling. The air is thick with an unspoken tension, a sense of foreboding that hangs over us like a shroud. The silence is punctuated by strange noises, animalistic cries that send chills down our spines. These are not the calls of familiar desert dwellers. They are something else entirely, something that doesn't belong in this world. The darkness feels heavy, suffocating. We are not alone. Shadows move at the edge of our vision, fleeting glimpses of figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. The desert, usually a place of solitude, now feels crowded with unseen presences. Our equipment picks up strange readings, spikes in electromagnetic energy that defy explanation. The detectors beep and flash, indicating the presence of something beyond our understanding. It's as if the very fabric of reality is being distorted around us. The air grows cold even in the desert heat. Our breath becomes visible, a stark contrast to the warmth we felt just moments before. It's an unnatural chill, one that seeps into our bones and makes us shiver uncontrollably. We can feel eyes on us, watching our every move. It's an unsettling sensation, as if we're being observed by something unseen, something that lurks just beyond the reach of our flashlights. Every rustle of sand, every whisper of wind feels like a breath on the back of our necks. The feeling of dread intensifies, a knot of fear tightening in my stomach. It's a primal fear, one that speaks to the deepest parts of our psyche. We are intruders in this place, and whatever dwells here wants us to know it. We press on, our cameras rolling, documenting every sound, every shadow, every unexplained occurrence. The footage we capture is both fascinating and terrifying, a testament to the strange and unexplainable phenomena that surround us. We're drawn deeper into the heart of the mystery, the line between curiosity and fear blurring with every passing moment. Each step takes us further from the safety of our camp, deeper into the unknown. The desert seems to stretch on endlessly, a labyrinth of sand and stone that holds secrets we can only begin to imagine. We've encountered evil before, but this feels different. There's a weight to the air, a sense of malevolence that is almost palpable. It's as if the very ground beneath our feet is charged with dark energy, a force that seeks to consume us. This feels ancient, powerful, and malevolent. It's a presence that has been here long before us, and will remain long after we are gone. We are mere visitors in its domain, and it wants us to remember that. The unease settles in, a constant companion as we venture further into the night. The locals are hesitant to talk, their eyes filled with a fear that speaks volumes. It's a fear that has been etched into their very souls, a fear that has been passed down through generations like a dark, unspoken heirloom. But with persistence, we manage to coax out their stories, whispered tales passed down through generations. These stories are shared in hushed tones, as if speaking too loudly might summon the very horrors they describe. Stories of strange creatures stalking the night, lurking just beyond the edge of the firelight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Of people vanishing without a trace, leaving behind only questions and a lingering sense of dread. Of livestock found mutilated in the most gruesome ways, their bodies twisted and torn as if by some monstrous force. One old rancher, his face weathered by years of hard living and fear, tells us about the night he saw a creature standing in his field. His voice trembles as he recounts the tale, the memory still fresh and terrifying. It was tall and gangly, covered in matted fur, a grotesque silhouette against the moonlit sky, with glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through his very soul. eyes that held a malevolent intelligence. He knew then that he was looking at something evil, something that defied all logic and reason, something not of this world, a being that seemed to step out of the darkest corners of human imagination. Their stories, though fragmented and often contradictory, paint a terrifying picture of a creature that preys on fear, a creature that seems to feed on the very essence of terror, a creature that thrives on the energy of those who dare to venture into its domain, drawing strength from their fear and despair. And we are deep in its territory now. The air is thick with tension, every rustle of leaves and snap of a twig sending shivers down our spines. We tread carefully, knowing that we are not alone, that something watches us from the shadows, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. The locals have marked certain areas on our map, places where the creature has been sighted most frequently. These are places they avoid at all costs, places where the boundary between our world and the unknown seems to blur. As we set up camp for the night, the weight of their stories hangs heavy in the air. We exchange nervous glances, each of us wondering if we will become the next chapter in this ongoing legend of fear. The night is filled with strange sounds, eerie calls that echo through the trees. Every shadow seems to move, every sound seems amplified, as if the forest itself is alive and aware of our presence. We document everything, every sound, every sighting, every feeling of unease. Our journals fill with sketches and notes, a desperate attempt to make sense of the inexplicable. Around the campfire, we share our own fears and experiences, each story adding to the growing sense of dread. We are united by our quest for the truth, but also by our shared fear of what we might find. As dawn breaks, there is a sense of relief, but also a lingering unease. We have survived the night, but the creature is still out there, a constant presence in the shadows. The legend lives on, and so does the fear.